Right then, I am going to attempt to build some of my new PC this evening. I have no idea how this is going to work out. Basically, I've got my webcam perched up on the desk and the chassis case, whatever you want to call it, over there propped up on its box, and I'm going to try and build some bits of it and film it and see how it goes. Right, so let me just mute that so I can hear myself think. So the mic's working, so that's good. So I'm gonna get the power supply out. And the power supply I've got is a Corsair. Oh, I should tell you about the case before I start going on that. The case I've got is a Fractal Define R5. Fractal Designs Define R5. Black without a window. It's going to be a fairly utilitarian machine, but yeah, I'm trying. I've built a couple of PCs before, and I'm just trying something new. You better see that. That's the Box RM750. Just on the box over there. There's so much packaging for this computer malarkey. Right, let me get the power supply out of the box. So, I don't need the cables for the time being. Let me just tidy that way. Let me just plonk that there and mess up the camera. There we go. So I'm going to have to keep tidy as I go along, otherwise it's a right mess. So, yes, this is the RM750 from Corsair. It's a gold rated power supply. It's probably a little bit overkill for what I need for this machine, but its price per wattage, it was the cheapest one I could get from Corsair, with the modular cables and all the paraphernalia, gold rated and stuff. I could have gone for a 650 or even a 550 in this machine because it's not going to draw a lot of current, but this was like £5 more, and so I thought, well, I'll just go for this anyway. Let me just plonk that there and mess up the camera again. Get rid of those cables for the time being. So power supply, let me just show you around it. So we've got the modular connections there, hopefully that's going to focus. Modular connections there, power switch here. This is one of the power supplies that doesn't spin the fan when it doesn't need to, so that's quite cool. Obviously fan there with a vent, and that needs to go down onto the base of the case, so that's going to go here. Let me just slide that into place. And hopefully, as is always the case with these things, excuse the pun, I'll be able to screw it into the back of the case. That looks okay. Right. Now, like I said, I'm going to end up doing a lot of searching around for bits and pieces just because. Let me see if I put those in here. So this case, one of the nice things about it is, and one of the reasons I bought it, is that all the drive bays sections, you can strip them all out. I've already taken out the optical drive bays from the top. These two sections are just thumb screwed in. And let me show you what else I've done. Let me take these out. That just slides out from there, I think. Yep. I'll put that down over there. So I'm going to keep this one. I've got basically 3 hard drives I need to mount. As you can see those there. Let me just so you've got good view. 3 hard drives I need to mount here, and then on the back, on the motherboard tray, there are 2 SSD mounts, and I'm going to put my system drive on there. I've already fitted an additional front fan. The case comes with a fan here and a fan here, and I've actually fitted an additional one. I wanted to get the same design that comes in the case, but I couldn't find anywhere to buy them, so I've got Fractal Design 140mm Silent Series fan. So that's in the front there, it's just waiting to be wired up. And then let me just sort out the pack that comes with the Fractal Design Define R5. I'm just trying to find all the relevant nuts and bolts. Okay, got them, right. So, and I need a screwdriver. What have I done with my screwdriver? It's never going to get put together unless I find a screwdriver. Sorry about the creaking of the floor, my apologies for that. We live in an old house which has just been renovated, and yeah, I didn't have time to screw all the floorboards down. Right. Yeah, so a couple of things. I've never ever done this on YouTube before, so I have no idea where things like chat and stuff are. Now, presumably this is live control room, right? So, my apologies if I don't respond to anything you say. I can see the comments window there, right? Okay, let me just, I'm going to pause my preview. I'm going to play the public view, put the mute on. Right, okay, I can see how far we're behind. Right, so the Define R5 comes with whole packs of screws to attach everything. There's some specific power supply ones, so I'm just going to put them in now, and they go in the back to attach the power supply. There's just 4 of them, and they're kind of those old traditional shaped computer screws with the little nut on. I remember from when I first started working with PCs. So let's put those on. And that goes there. And there's obviously 2 kind of standards for the attachments for power supplies, because the Define R5's got screw holes for different arrangements, so you can basically fit any standard power supply in the back and just screw that one in. Okay, cool. So we've got the power supply in, that's brilliant. Let me clear away all the bits and pieces, and we'll take a look at the motherboard, I think. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do this. I haven't worked out all the camera angles, so this could be a bit of a laugh, really. Let me put the screws for the Define R5 over there. Right then. Okay. Motherboard. Let me see if I'm just going to move the camera and see if we can get a good shot. Move it back up here. Excuse the picture of my jeans. Let's see whether we can get a good picture. I don't think we can. Get a good picture of me though. Hi. Right, I need to have this really pointing down. I'm not going to be able to manage it from there. Let's stretch that over here. And whoops, I'm taking a picture of my desk. Let me move the picture of me and the nurses. So, can't see that, can we? Yeah, we can see that. So, we've got This is Asus X99A motherboard, and this is what we're going to be using to build a machine on. This is the first X99 I've done. I'm going for the 5820K, which is the 28 PCI lanes, 6-core Intel processor. Should be quite interesting. Mainly I'm doing this because I wanted to build a video rendering machine, and my one's getting a bit long in the tooth now, and so yeah, we're going to use this. I'm going to stick a 6-core processor in it, see how we go. What I might need to do is, where's that light coming? Where's that reflection coming from? There we go. That's better. Right, okay, cool. So let's get the motherboard out. Take a quick look. I don't need any of those parts for the time being. So there we go. Okay. And the CPU is here. That's I don't know if you can see that. That's the 5820K. It comes no cooler or anything, so you have to get your own. Strap. Actually, I'm going to stick that around the ankle. So, this is the motherboard. Let's take that out and have a look. So this is the, I think this is the lowest spec X99 board Asus do, and I bought this for a couple of reasons. One was because I was trying to do this on a budget, and let me just see if I can adjust the camera angle a little bit. Hang on, let's see if we can get a better view. That's the trouble with this camera. And this is, as I say, this is just a bit random. Let me square that up and then point that around there. That's not going to work, is it? Okay, let's try that again. Oh, that's probably because the lead is pulling it around. Okay. And there we go. Right, let me just slide this along here. Actually, I need the box. Bit of advice I've got from watching people build PCs on YouTube: use the motherboard box as a handy shelf. There we go. So this is this is X99A. It's the lowest spec board that Asus do with the X99 chipsets, from what I can tell. Like I say, I wanted to do this on a budget. It's not going to be super cheap, this desktop I'm building, but I had a limit of £1,200 to build this with, so I tried to get everything I could that I needed to get it to work in that budget. And obviously the proc and the motherboard are quite expensive still. The memory's not so bad anymore. Hi me hater, how are you doing? Yeah, so yeah, this is the first time I've built on X99. This looks like a really nice board. I'm a massive fan of Asus. A lot of the PCs I've built before, I've used Asus boards. I really like them. The kit is really good, but also I find that the manuals and the documentation and the updates are really good as well. So that's cool. Right, we might need the manual as well. Where are we? Here's the manual, and you know, Asus put a big old whacking great, and this is English. This is not like 15 different languages. This is just English. This manual, so it's really cool. So let's have a look-see. So I need to put the processor in. Let's extract the processor from its box first. I've opened most of these. The last PC I built, just to give you a bit of history, was based around an i7 2600K. So that's a long time ago. What's this? This is generation 5, that was generation 2. So it was a long time, and I was really surprised by the size of this thing. Look at it, it's stonking. Anyway, let's just check the packaging to one side. Now, sticking the processor in should be fairly straightforward, I believe, because Intel and everybody else have made it super friendly. Let's have a quick look, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so it tells you step by step how to do it. Brilliant, it couldn't be simpler, could it? And I'm putting the processor in first, and then I will mount the motherboard into the case with the standoffs, and I'll put the cooler on last. And I probably won't get round to that this evening, to be honest. But yeah, like I say, I just thought I'd give this a bash. So, okay, that's fairly straightforward. Oh. Let's nail that one, never stay open, will it? Never mind. Right, where are we? Smart page. Right, so we need to take this lever out from under here, and this lever out from under here, and pull those back, and then there, and we need to leave that on, I think. Right, and then this should lift up then, like so. Okay, show the processor. I've got this the wrong way around, really. Let me just turn it back. Okay, so this piece lifts off once the little legs are extracted. And bear in mind, I have electrostatic cable on, so I should be okay. We're not going to fry anything. So get the processor, and it's got an R3 arrow on it, and that can only go in one place, I think. Let's just check the manual again. It's got an R3 arrow, and that goes, okay, that goes here. So simple piece of cake. We just take the processor out. This thing's heavy, you know, for what it is. Hold it by the sides, not by the top or the thing. Put the R3 arrow over where it's directed onto the motherboard. I try not to touch the top because it's trying not to get any too much grease on the processor, because obviously we want a good thing for the heatsink. And then we fold this back into place. Okay. And push A back into place, and A is the one on this side. Okay. Yeah, A is the one that comes out from that side. Okay, well, I'm not quite sure how that works, so let's just... Okay, so that goes down like that. That should hook over, and then we go... oh, there we go. Entertainment's sake. Right, okay, let's... we need to make sure this is this way. God, yeah, I've done this so many times, but it's still a nerve-wracking experience. There we go. Right, so then we put that bar down there, that bar down there, take the plastic case off, processor's in. Good and done. Okay, cool. Right, I will tuck this back on. That's fine there. So there we go, we got the processor on the board. Now we need to do the standoffs on the case. So we'll switch back to the case view. Give me a few secs while I mess about with the camera again. Let me just tidy up some bits and pieces. So I'm going to put the motherboard to one side, and actually I'm going to detach my strap as well while we're there, otherwise I'm going to be tripping myself up. So that's the motherboard there. Let's switch the camera back. Let's quick whiz around. So what have we got now? Okay, so we need to come back up a bit. Okay, cool. Okay, excuse me a minute, I've got the sniffles. I do apologise. I hope the stream quality and the sound's alright for you guys, if anybody's still watching. Right, okay. Standoffs. Got to find all the bits from the, comes with the Define R5. It's not those. And it's not those. And goodness knows what you need 100 of those for. And 100 of those. I must be getting close. I've nearly ruled them out. There's the standoff ones, right? Okay. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 8. 8 holes for the standoffs, I think. Let me just check. Check in the motherboard manual. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There should be 9. Okay. So let's have a look. Oh. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's only 8. But as this is ATX, I think we should be okay. So we've got a really stupid standoff installation tool, which is really going to help matters. So we need one here somewhere. Goodness knows what this is going to look like. Just going to find a screwdriver. I don't think they need to be too tight, but it won't hurt. So yeah, that's good. So yeah, this is, I don't know whether you can see this, you probably won't be able to actually because it won't focus, but there's a little standoff tool supplied with the Define R5 just to make it easy to install things. And actually I really ought to be looking at the, right, okay, we've got a standoff peg in the middle. Okay, so that's good. Tighten that up. Yeah, just here where hole number 9 is, you won't be able to see that. There's a standoff peg there which allows you to centre the thing. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm just going to put those. You can't hear me talking either. I'm just going to put those in. Actually, I think in this case they're all marked with right, okay, I see. That's cool. So there's obviously different positions for the different size motherboards, and they're all clearly marked on the case, which is nice. Oh. Normally I'd do this lying down, and actually I don't know if we'll be able to see if I do that. Not a lot at the back of the case, right. That's a rubbish view, isn't it? Let's carry on doing it like this, because it's much more entertaining. So yeah, my history at PC building is, well, we were talking about it at work the other day. One of the first things I did was actually build servers when PC servers first became quite popular. So that's, I'm showing my age now, and we were talking about servers we used to build that had SCSI drives in, and they were always a right pain to get installed and working properly. And to save money, the company I worked for used to buy the service chassis and then source the SCSI cards from elsewhere to save costs. I can't get to that one. My big fat fingers are in the way. Save costs, and so we'd end up having to install all these flipping SCSI boards in these cases ourselves, which a long time ago that was difficult. Right then, now I've got them onto the last one and I'm not 100% clear exactly where it goes. It's AM1 there. I'm guessing it goes here. Okay. We'll soon know, and it won't be a big issue if we put it in the wrong place anyway, because we can always take that out. Okay, right, so that's that in. Now, so I've got all the standoffs in. Now we're going to need to put the motherboard in now, and I'm always in two minds about which order to do these kind of things in, but it's all set up. So let's see if the motherboard fits, and I'm going to turn the case over and see if I can move the camera so that you can see into the case. Hang on a minute. See the rest of my room anyway. Right, okay, that might work. See my feet. Sorry for that. Where are we? Okay. So there we go. There's the case. Right. Let's just grab the motherboard. I'm going to stick my strap on again, and we'll grab that. Oh. Now I need the shield as well. Let's just plonk it in to make sure I've got all the standoffs in the right place. We've got about 10 more minutes to do this, so let's see how we go. Let me get the fan cable out of the way, because that's interfering, and I need the IO shield from the box. Used to be this program on kids TV when I was young called Blue Peter. It's a kids children's program on the BBC, and they used to have this saying, here's one we prepared earlier. Well, yeah, I haven't done that. I've prepared nothing. So the shield goes in here, and it should clip in. Sometimes you have to push it quite firmly to make sure it's in. There we go, that's in. And then this might help us get the motherboard in place properly. So put that down. Right. Now then. Oops, don't want to smack that about too much. So So that all goes there. Now the key thing I haven't managed to do is hook the motherboard on the peg. Now where is that peg? Let's just take that out. Okay, it's there. Okay, that must go there, right? Okay. So that all goes there, and somewhere peg is right under there. If I can just get that to fit. Don't want to mess about with it too much because I don't want to damage anything on the base of the motherboard. That's not quite right, is it? Okay, there it is. Let's push that all that way over, and there it is. Right, okay. So just put that over there. That's going to have real trouble staying in place. That would make it seem like I haven't got the shield in the right place. There we go, it's in. Okay, and then I should have, I might not have that shield in right. Haha, no I haven't. Which is what's causing the problem. So that still won't quite shift over. Right, okay. Okay, that explains a lot. So I haven't got that shield in right. Take it in right now. Let's just take it out. Plug it in again. I make it sound like I know what I'm doing, but this is one of those things that I don't do very often anymore, and I forget every time and basically have to relearn everything from scratch, which I don't mind. Okay, I think that's in correctly now. It still doesn't look quite right, but let's try slide the motherboard back in. There we go. Now that will shift over there now if we screw that down. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 hopefully. So let's put some of those in and see how we go. So I'm going to do this one first here, because that one I just need to ease that across a little bit so it goes in square. There we go, that should hold that square. And then I'll go down here by the power supply and do this one. So that's all square. And I've got to get this one just threaded in there nicely. Don't messing about too much, that's not quite right. There we go, oh, smooth as silk. Okay, cool. Now the other ones should be relatively straightforward, he says. It's definitely a bit of a, these are quite short screws. It's definitely a bit of a, you know, you just have to be gentle with them and they'll feel just right, just as the threads knit together. Because you don't want to damage them. You can always buy spare standoffs and stuff, but you know, we don't really want to do that. And once again, sorry about the floor. I'm standing on the creakiest floorboard. Right, that's that one. 3 more to go. There's one in the corner by the IO shield. Doesn't feel quite right. Might not be quite in there square. Let's just take that out a sec. See if I can see why that doesn't feel quite right. Okay, that might. I need to leave that one till last to square everything away. Okay, let's leave that one till last. I'm going to put these others in. If they will fit, but not do them up so tight. Last one. Where does the last one go? There. Cool. Okay, let's make sure that's in there nicely. And then I'm just going to loosen them all back off, so I can hopefully get this last one in clean without damaging anything. Oh dear, that one's got too excited. Okay, that one's okay. Let's just unscrew this one. That one's quite tight, so I think there's a bit of a stress on the position of the board there. And yeah, sorry, you're just looking at my elbow, aren't you? That's not really very helpful. Right, let's just try and see if we can get this one square. Oh, come on. Can't even. This isn't the best light, I must say. I'm a study for doing this kind of thing. Right, let's see if we can get this one in straight without it feeling like it's going to strip the thread. Doesn't feel right at all. No, it just doesn't feel right, does it? That might just be that standoff's not very. Oh, there we go, that's it, we're in. Cool, I'll tighten everything back up. And I'm going to have to call that a day. Cool. Right, so we've got there's a screw there. We've got the power supply in, the processor on the motherboard, the standoffs installed in the case, and the motherboard screwed into the case. So next thing to do, I'm going to put, so if I can clip this plastic lid back on the processor cage, so it's not going to get too greasy and sticky. Next thing I've got to do is I've got to work out how I'm going to install my cooler. I've got a Cooler Master cooler, which is supposed to be okay. It's an air cooler as well. I'm not very experienced with water-based coolers, and I didn't want to risk one on this build because like I say, it's been a while since I built a PC. This might get upgraded with a water cooler at some point, but for the time being, that's never going to stay in there, Adrian. It should just clip back in. Never mind. Okay, cool. Right, for those who watched, so Tali07, I'm not sure if you're still watching, that's my electrostatic strap. I'm just trying to not shock the board. Thanks guys very much for watching. I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to call it a day because I have to go and live the rest of my life. I might do a little bit more on Friday. Keep an eye out. I will probably broadcast something on Twitter, so you could check me out on Twitter, and I will see how we go. But thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope there's been, if nothing, a bit of a laugh, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.